Hello again. Paradox have sponsored myself and some other interesting people to play Stellaris Nexus, a turn-based short-form 4X game set in the Stellaris universe. Now, you might remember that last time I played Stellaris on the channel, things didn't go well. You can make...
Well, we could destroy our own whole empire. Would that somehow make their victory more hollow?
I wanted it to be different this time. I wanted to win. To taste sweet victory on the internet. And we'll get to the main event shortly, but first, I had to choose who I was going to be and learn the game. There are so many choices. There's rat people, science people, Squidward people, humans, lobster people, jelly people, bird people. No, Hazor. No, please, not the maggot people. We're playing as the maggot people. The maggot folks' whole deal is being a hive mind. We have no need for the support of the populace and use pheromones as a resource to take our actions each turn instead. But since I played them before anyone else, I didn't really know what that meant, but I'm sure that's no big deal. Anyway, to briefly explain this game, it looks and feels a lot like if Stellaris were a board game, but, you know, inside of your computer. The players fight to control the system in the center of the map, the Nexus, and to complete various goals that are voted upon every few turns. But instead of reading you the game's manual, let me show you my worms. I have no idea exactly what I'm doing in this first game, but know that I must expand, and quickly, as my leader gains experience each turn based on the number of systems in the Empire. So in this first game, I try to build a decent fleet and get very distracted trying to eliminate my neighbors. The Vor. Those damned scientists. I couldn't tell you why, but I'm sure they have it coming. So turn by turn I conquer more and more of their space, infesting it with an undeniable writhing mass. At level 6, leaders unlock their ultimate edict, which in this case is innumerable, and spawns a small fleet on every system in your empire. Which, for obvious reasons, seems pretty good. But at this point in the game I've noticed that the Rodarians, or rat people as we call them, are charging ahead towards actually winning the game. I look at my vast empire and ask, why am I not winning? Should I be chasing other objectives instead of conquering? No, I'm pretty sure I'm just not conquering hard enough, so onwards to the Vor homeworld, fully eliminating their presence from the galaxy. Delightful. But, not, delightful enough to win. I came second to those rat people who I guess played the objective or something. So I played another game versus AI to try and do better. Once again, expanding quickly, wiggling around all over my neighbors, but also at least trying to keep an eye on those goals. It's going well. I'm going to win. Mother, look, we're going to win! Wait, no, not again. Not the rat people again. It didn't even take second place in that one. In fact, somehow the Empire I'd spent the whole game wriggling all over took second. How embarrassing. But anyway, I get the idea now. It's time for the real deal. A multiplayer game with other actual human beings, which evidently I'm very well accustomed to dealing with.
Oh, so that's AA. Hazel, introduce yourself and say hi.
Hello. Hi.
I thought we were.
Oh, are we doing like real introductions here?
Enough niceties though, into the game. Since I played my practice games with that one particular leader, obviously I'll be playing a different one now. Still a maggot, but a sneaky one this time. Something you haven't seen so far because I've been playing a considerably more direct playstyle is the game's espionage system. You can do quite a lot with it. This particular leader gains a chunk of XP every time one of your plots succeeds, so I'll be aiming to force as many through as quickly as possible to get leveled up real quick-like. Unfortunately, I'm neighbouring Spiff, which is just never good. He's playing as the Chinor, who make fat wads of cash and gain their leader XP just for doing so. On my other side is Josh from Let's Game It Out, who I'm considerably less worried about, honestly.
You ever just go into people's streams and just mute everybody else so it feels like it's just you and the streamer?
I have never done that, nor ever had the desire to do that.
Oh.
His style is less, I made a spreadsheet to find the most overpowered leader, which Spiff actually did, and more, well, I guess I just mean that his very particular skill set doesn't really transfer all that well to 4X titles. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, our whole deal here is to spam as many espionage plots as we can, whilst being simultaneously kind of terrified by the rate that the rat people are expanding on the other side of the galaxy and having flashbacks to my practice games. A few turns in, what I've accomplished so far is taking control of a few planets with no military presence, meaning I've got neutral ships just sitting around my empire. I also left the outermost planets in the galaxy to grab a little later, thinking they were inaccessible without moving through my systems. This was incorrect, and before too long, a very British fleet appeared and grabbed one. Annoying, but okay, we can make it neutral again in a few turns. I'm sure Spiff won't leave a defense fleet there. Yeah, he did. He did leave a defense fleet there for the whole game, in fact, which is a shame. Much to my sadness, by the way, everyone was quite happily trading away with Spiff, suckling from the teat of capitalism, feeding his need for credits and thus feeding him power, the very last thing the spiffing Brit needs help with. But it's time now to honour the Star Throne. Praise be the Star Throne! Which means voting on the goals. I fairly quickly threw my votes at Conqueror, assuming I'd be able to out-expand everyone through espionage, and with a little help from Lollip and her gang of jellyfolk, the vote passed. That should be 12 points in the bag for the sneaky worm at the next council meeting. But we mustn't become complacent and slow down our expansion, because of course aside from gaining victory points, these systems also house planets that can be built on to produce all manner of useful materials. So, a little more sneaky wormery later... God damn it, the rat people have more planets than us. 0 points for the sneaky worm. Okay, this time we've added the learned goal, which Josh as the Vor should really be running away with since they're the science boys, but somehow I'm sharing the lead on that one so far with Spiff. We also somehow passed a resolution to make espionage plots impossible to discover until the next council, which should help. I'll continue to expand through espionage to more planets around the Nexus, though still lacking a real fleet, I'm going to struggle to actually do anything meaningful there. I'm beginning to think now that I might have misplayed my early game just a touch here. Just a touch. And I think things are about to get worse. Yep, Josh has just declared war on us. And again, I have basically no military, so this is a problem. But it's just a casual war. Our partners back home don't need to know about this war.
Oh shit, there's consequences to my actions.
Oh my god, you at war? Vor and the maggots, I think, right?
He's having a go.
That is very orcs.
You kind of have slightly
Very
casual
orcs.
war until you sign a non-aggression pact, is how I describe it.
Yeah, this is just...
Casual war. Yeah, we're just no strings attached war.
yeah.
What's a little war amongst friends?
He pushes into Kotai and takes it with a small force, but I can grab it back within a turn or two. And this war could actually be a blessing, because it finally prompts me to increase my fleet capacity and actually make some stuff, rather than just being very annoying with espionage plots. Anyway, yeah, the war kind of grinds to a halt here, and it's time to honour the Star Throne some more. We got nothing this round. Again. So... more espionage? I finally got rid of that defense fleet that Spiff left over here, so now I just need to wait a further 5 turns to neutralize the planet and it can finally be mine. I'm sure that's exactly what will happen there. It's not what happened there. And the war with Josh still hasn't really turned hot. He's sitting a couple of small fleets on his side of the boundary and I'm doing the same on mine, poking forward every now and then to check him out before running away again. Because we're sneaky worms, you see. Instead of rolling in to take Umlotha by force, we neutralize it from within. And then, well, obviously he takes it back next turn because he has a fleet there. But it does remove the starbase from the system, meaning now we can move in and fight. Oh crap, he has an absolutely massive fleet just sitting here 1 system back, what the hell? Figuring this fleet will move into Umlotha, I start a plot here that will destroy 5 fleets in the system 4 turns from now. Hopefully, just hopefully we can make something amazing happen here. Nope, he left the system the turn before it activated. I'm pretty sure I'm boned. I can build some pretty massive Titan-class ships now that will help to quickly produce defensive fleets, but then, confusingly, he offers me peace. In peacetime, however, the sneaky worms still make all manner of foul plots, staging coups and destroying fleets for no real reason other than because we can. And we haven't talked about him much so far, by the way, but in case you were wondering, AA plays Stellaris Nexus just like he plays regular Stellaris.
That makes me rock hard.
I like that. I like that.
Oh no.
It's about peace, but not.
That's very nice of you. I don't get it.
It's a kind of rock. The focus of the game shifts to the Nexus, where frighteningly large fleets loom, hoping to pounce on 12 fat points for the next throne worship session. So I declare war on Lollip, who appears to be ready to make a meteoric late-game comeback the likes of which I can only dream of. But somehow, right as I move in, Kleeper of the Rat Folk grabs the Nexus, forcing my fleets to leave as we're not at war. I have no idea what sneaky rodent tactics were used to make this happen, flipping the Nexus from jelly to rat in a single turn, but I was incensed. It means that Spiff, Kleeper, and Lollip are all within reach of the victory at the next council meeting. And we're in the race too, I mean, we're not last, so there's that. I have to vent my futile, squirming anger by sending the ships I had so painstakingly prepared for the Nexus over to Lollip's home systems to just fight it out to the end for fun. And it was a relatively successful war, actually. It didn't gain us much, but it felt good. With 2 turns left, though, it seems certain that Spiff's victory is inevitable. Once again, everyone flings themselves at the Nexus, but it's too late. He's won. Spiff won, and there's no real reason to dwell on the rest of the results screen. Nope. Nothing to see here. Nothing at all. So, thanks once again to Paradox for sponsoring this video and getting us all together for what was honestly a very fun session, in spite of my pathetic showing. So please remain indoors. It's not safe outside. There's all manner of vile creatures roaming through space, probably plotting a coup on Earth right now. Until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.